So I ordered a pocket holster for Kimber K6S from Bersoni. It says here Bersoni leather, handcrafted, made in the USA. However, it's just two flaps of leather. It's nice leather, but it's just two flaps of leather. So to make it more usable, we're gonna form it into shape with wet forming. So first things first, we're gonna get something that we can put this holster in, and we're gonna fill it with warm water and let it soak for about 15 minutes. So I filled it with warm water, and that holster is now being soaked. There's some bubbles coming up, and you want to make sure that that's being soaked for at least 15 minutes, so the leather is nice and soaked and wet, and then you can start forming it. And while your holster is being soaked for about 15 minutes, you want to make sure that you grab yourself some plastic wrap, and you want to completely wrap your whatever you're going to form the holster around. You want to wrap it in a plastic wrap. That way the moisture is not going to get into this firearm in this case. But sometimes people do it around like knives. Sometimes they do it around whatever they may be using the the wet forming of the leather around. So in this case, it's just going to be around this firearm. So I went ahead and I wrapped it in a cling wrap, and this should be good enough. So it's been about 15 minutes. The leather has been soaking in warm water. I noticed that Bersoni decal, it got erased somehow. I guess when leather is this wet, you can maybe make your own decals. I don't know. I have zero experience with this. But anyway, supposedly this leather should be kind of malleable, and we can start forming it into like whatever shape we want. I'm just gonna pull this out from the water. Maybe lay it on this microfiber towel. There's lots of water dripping right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stick this gun. It's wrapped in cellophane. I'm gonna stick it in all the way through, and so I think the idea is like that this has to be flush, and now you have to kind of like start pushing it just all around the barrel, and it wants to slide out, so you make sure it's like flush with here, and just go ahead and start like forming it around the gun. And I think you just want to do it by hand. So the thicker part of the leather, which is on this side, on this end, it's not like forming really easily, but this one, I think it should be a little easier. Like you can see the outline of the trigger guard already there. Over here, there's almost nothing, right? I'm also thinking like maybe I should get hotter water and soak it some more so that the thicker part is more malleable, because right now it's not showing any signs like it wants to do something. So I'm thinking maybe I will go ahead and do that. I'll get hotter water, and I will make sure that it soaks a little more, because I mean, the idea is you just do it like this by hand. You know, you're just pressing it and forming the leather, and it's I can see the signs of that happening on this side. But on this side, there's not much going on. So maybe, yeah, and then you're gonna be left with like an outline you know, like something like this. You see the outline of the cylinder over there, but this is the thicker part. This thicker part is not even, it's not budging. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna soak it a little more, okay, with really hot water. Right, so it's been soaking in the boiling water for a little while. You can see some steam still, maybe 20 minutes in the boiling water. I think it's as ready as it's ever gonna be. So I'm just gonna pull it out now, and we're gonna get into shaping. So, and let the shaping come in. So I'm just gonna put it in. Just gonna make sure it sticks out from this side, from here, and then like start forming it around the. So you know, just like press it and press it and press it around on both sides. The thicker side still doesn't want to like show like some real progress signs, but you know, I guess it's as ready as it's ever gonna be. So I'm just gonna try to push it the way I'd want to use it. So I'm just gonna push it all the way to this line over here and all the way to the opening. So it's like flush with the opening, and then all the way kind of like to this line, and then like form it around that way. And I think that should be good. Hopefully. And then after you've done some forming, and I can understand that it's not going to be like super formed right now. I can feel that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to put it like maybe like between like two blankets and under like a weight, like a nice weight. You know, so it presses like from two sides. And I'm going to leave it like that for like 24 hours. And that will kind of, you know, all that pressure, maybe that will actually be enough to properly form it around. So if that's not what you want to do, and if you have a different quality of leather, so this leather is really thick. If you have a different quality of leather and you don't want to put it in between like two things for overnight, once you're done forming, you still have to leave it overnight after that. So we will see. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it. So the idea is very simple. Let's say we have a warm blanket, like it's cushiony, warm, it's got lots of cushion on either side, right? So you wanna put this over here, right? Like cover it with blanket, and then press it with something really, really hard, right? And then leave it like that for like 24 hours. And then hopefully that should be enough. So that's what I'm gonna do, and we'll see the results later. All right, guys, it's been 24 hours. I've been very patient. I think that grip is gonna be as ready as it's gonna be. I'm gonna pull it out and show it to you, and I'm gonna take a look at it myself. I haven't seen it yet. Here it is. And you know what? It's not so bad. It's not so bad. I mean, it's a DIY, do it yourself. So again, where the skin or leather is thicker, it's not as pronounced, which is to be expected, but you still have all the things that you would need there. It is definitely more pronounced on this side. I don't think that should be a big deal or issue. If it's not pronounced, let's say if it's a right-hand side pocket, it's not going to bulge as much. And by the way, maybe you don't want it to bulge at all, right? So you wouldn't even do any of this, but I decided to do it. So let's just pull it out. It's still wet, but I'm saying, look, so it's been formed. It's got all the things that will kind of keep it in place, you see. Over here, I guess I'm still gonna let it dry, because there's a little bit of wetness, obviously, but it should dry in this configuration now, right? Hopefully this thing, the saran wrap, was saving the gun. That was the point of it. See, so you have it for 24 hours. You don't want any like excess moisture getting into the gun. It feels dry. I mean, I don't feel anything. Let's try to dry fire, make sure it's empty. It is. Yeah, feels the same. I don't think it messed with the action. So yeah, that's one idea of what you can do with your Bersoni pocket holster. If you receive it, just gonna be like a sleeve with like nothing, just two pieces of leather. They're not the same thickness. I don't know if that's by design, but you know, at the same time, you're not spending $1,000 or $100. It's like $29, you know, 26, and with like the tax, it's like 29. Then shipping, a couple bucks, like $35 out the door. You have two pieces of very nice, you know, full grain leather, which you're free to do with whatever you want. You know, you can do this, you cannot do this. It's up to you. I figure it's better if you do a little bit of forming, like wet forming like this. And the only reason for me is I've never, you know, pocket carried anything. So I'm thinking if it's formed correctly, it's not going to slide in within that holster, because the holster is still a little larger than the gun itself. So my idea was, if I form it a little bit, it's just gonna stay in one place, and that's what you want for pocket, right? So this is gonna fill your pocket correctly. You know, this is gonna stay in there, and it's not gonna shift much. So I'm just gonna leave it for maybe another day or so and let it completely dry, and hopefully that's gonna be the end of it. All right, well, thank you guys for watching. Gannon is here to witness the process. All right, you have a good rest of the day.